Hello everybody. We are going to discuss the basic concept of operating system. Definition: operating system is a system software. What is system software? It is a collection of system program. Means what are the operating system? DIX operating system. DIX is a DOS is a operating system. Okay. Unix is a operating system. Linux is a operating system. Windows is a operating system. So what this operating system contains? System programs. All the internal and external command contains in the DIX operating systems are system programs. So it is a collection of system program. Another definition of operating system is it acts as an interface between computer user and computer hardware. It provides the interface between the computer user and computer hardware. Let's see this diagram. The user is interact with the peripheral devices, that is hardware, using the operating system. There are different types of operating system. Operating system: batch processing operating system, multi-programming operating system, time sharing operating system, distributed operating system. These are the basic operating systems. Why this operating system? Because in the earlier days there is a human interaction to execute the program. It takes lot of time to execute a program. So batch processing operating system were introduced to reduce the program execution time. So what is a batch processing operating system? In batch processing operating system, user does not interact with the computer directly. There is an operator which takes similar jobs having the same requirement and group them into batches. That is, in batch processing, same type of job batch together and execute at a time. Means what? Suppose there are 4 programs to execute. The first program is written in C language, second program is written in Pascal language, third program is written in C language, and fourth program is written in COBOL language. So the computer operator creates a batch. How it create a batch? The program having the same requirement, means there are 2 C language program. So C language programs are batched together. It create a one batch, and the second batch is of Pascal language program and third batch is of COBOL language program. So see this schematic representation in which the user has submitted the job to the operator. The functionality of operator is to create a batch, means those jobs having the same requirement are collected into the batch by the operator, and then the batch were processed. The first program of batch is accepted by the CPU, execute. When that first program is in running state, we say the job 2 in batch is in the waiting state and job 3 is in the idle state. Like that, the process were done in the batch wise fashion. So this operating system is called as the batch processing operating system. It reduces the setup time. To create a batch means it reduces the setup time, but still CPU is in idle state when transition of control from one job to another job. So solution for this is a automatic job sequencing. What is automatic job sequencing? Automatically transfer the control of execution from one job to next job. A system program which carried out automatic job sequencing is known as the resident monitor. This resident monitor carries out the function of automatic job sequencing. Once a job execution is completed, it transfer the control of execution to the another job. So resident monitor always reside in the main memory of computer. It's have the 4 parts, that is control language interpreter to read and carry out instruction from one level to another, loader to load system or application program into main memory, device driver, the program which are written for managing the IO devices, and the interrupt processing, handling interrupt which occur. This reduces the idle time of CPU between the job, but not during the execution of job. Though there is a automatic job sequencing is in the batch processing operating system, it reduces the idle time of the CPU, but it does not reduce the time in the execution of a program. So with automatic job sequencing, CPU is not fully utilized. There is a problem in a batch processing operating system of speed of IO devices and the CPU. The slowness of IO devices can means that the CPU is often waiting for IO. Solution for this problem are offline operation, buffering and the spooling. The next type of operating system is a multi-programming operating system. As we know, the single user or process operating system cannot keep the CPU busy at all the time. So to keep the CPU always busy at all time, multi-programming operating system has introduced. What is in the multi-programming operating system? Two or more user program can be in main memory and can be executed concurrently. Consider the schematic representation. Three representation I have shown here. The first representation about the single process system, in which the single job is processed at a single time. Every job contains two type of the instruction. Job means a program. Program contains two type of instruction. The CPU instruction that we will call as the user instruction, and another one is a IO instruction. The CPU or user instruction were performed by the CPU. As we are familiar with arithmetic logical unit, it performs the arithmetic and logical operations. But IO operations cannot perform by the CPU. So whenever the program occurred IO, the instruction related to the input output devices, then the CPU just switch the job to the appropriate IO queue. And at this time in the single process operating system, the CPU is in the idle state. It wait till the IO operation of that particular job is completed. So two type of the operations are carried out, CPU operations and the IO operation. That is, we will call it as the CPU burst and the IO burst. Whenever the IO burst is carried out, that time the CPU is in the idle state. Let here the CPU burst and the IO burst. When IO burst, that time the CPU is in the idle state. This is about single process system. In multi-programming operating system, let's consider these two diagram. The program were loaded into the main memory, that is, we will call it as a job pool, or it is also called as a program pool. And the program, suppose there are the n program in the main memory, the CPU start to execute first program, it perform CPU operations. When program A is in IO operation, that time CPU is in not idle state. Instead, CPU accept the program B for the execution. When the program B is a switch for IO operation, that time CPU accept the next job, that is program C. Means that though there is a single processor, we say the CPU or the three programs are in the execution. Hence, it is the multi-programming system. Here the figure depict B and C depict an idea of multi-programming as follow. We have already discussed this. In multi-programming, number of processes reside in main memory at a time. The operating system picks and begins to execute one of the job in main memory. If an IO wait happens in a process, then CPU switch from that job to the another job. Hence, in multi-programming system, CPU will never be idle and keeps on processing. If several jobs are ready to run at the same time, then system chooses which one to run. This is determined by different scheduling algorithm. That algorithm we will call it as CPU scheduling algorithm. We will discuss this CPU scheduling algorithm in the next chapter. Advantages of multi-programming operating system are efficient memory utilization, throughput increases, CPU is never idle, so performance increases, waiting time is limited in multi-programming. Disadvantage: whenever the programs are in execution, user cannot interact directly with the system. This is the disadvantage of multi-programming operating system. The next type of operating system is the time sharing operating system. What is in the time sharing operating system? We have seen in multi-programming system, resources like CPU, IO devices were utilized efficiently. However, during the program execution, it did not provide user interaction with the computer system. To overcome this problem, time sharing operating system was introduced. It is a multitasking operating system in which more than one user interacting the system at the same time. Multiple jobs are executed by switching the CPU between them, but the switches occur so frequently that user can interact with each program while it is running, and user can assume that he is only working on the system, but actually CPU is shared among different users. Here CPU time is shared between the different processes. So this system is called as the time sharing operating system. The CPU scheduler selects a job from the ready queue and switches the CPU to that job when the time slot is expired. The CPU switches from this job to another job. Some particular time slot is assigned to each of the job. Okay. When the time slot is completed, it halt the program execution and CPU start to execute the next job. The time slice is given by operating system for sharing CPU time between process. So it is called as time slice, or it is called as the time quantum. The jobs are processed according to the time quantum. The first job, second job, third job, then once third job, fourth job, and so on. Example of time sharing operating system is a Unix operating system. Advantages: user can interact with the job while it is executing, and efficient CPU utilization. Disadvantages: it is complex than multi-programming operating system. System must have memory management and protection since several jobs are kept in memory at the same time. Disk management also required, and it provide mechanism for concurrent execution which required complex CPU scheduling scheme. Next type of operating system is a distributed operating system widely used today. The distributed operating system is a network of computers connected by a communication network, or you can say communication path, that follow messages passing mechanism. Each processor has its own memory, own local memory. A distributed operating system controls and manages the software and hardware resources of the distributed system. When a program is executed on a distributed system, user is not aware of where the program is executed on which location. The basic design issues of distributed operating system are process synchronization, deadlock, then inter-process communication, memory management, the CPU scheduling. These are the issues. And advantages: resource sharing, computation speed up, and reliability. Then next point is a operating system services. What are the services provided by the operating system? These are the services: program execution, IO operation, file system manipulation, communication, error detection, resource allocation, protection. These are all the operating system services. Program execution means what? The operating system must be able to load the program into the memory and execute that program. Furthermore, the program must be able to end its execution either normally or abnormally. I/O operation. A running program may require I/O, which may involve files or other input-output devices. For efficiency and protection, user program cannot directly execute the I/O operations. So, operating system provide a mean to do I/O operation, which means read or write operation with any file. File system manipulation, that program needs to read a file or to write a file, to create a file, delete a file, open a file, close a file, or to create or delete directories, or to create a backup of the file system. These all the operations related to the file is carried out by the operating system. Communication activities of operating system with respect to communications are to process often require data to be transferred between them. Both the processes can be on one computer or on different computer, but are connected through the computer network. Communication may be implemented by two methods, either by sharing the memory or by message passing. Error detection. For each type of the error, we are familiar with the type of error, that is syntax error, logical error, that is runtime error. This type of the error, the operating system should take the appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing. Resource allocation. When there are multiple jobs running at the same time, resource must be allocated to each of the job. Many different type of the resources are managed by the operating system. Protection is one of the important service carried out by the operating system. That protection refers to the mechanism or a way to control the access of program, processes or the user to the resources defined by the computer system. Next point is operating system functions. The functions carried out by the operating systems are main functions: process management, memory management, device management, file management, user interface, the security. As we have seen the title, you can easily understand what type of the functions carried out by the operating system. Process management means what? What is process? A running program is called as the process. What is process management? That is allocating resources including the CPU to the process, maintaining information about status of each process, then enforcing priorities, protection, protecting processes from each other, etc. are the function of process management. Process should be able to terminate normally or abnormally. If program cause an error or terminate abnormally, an error message is generated. At that time, operating system must transfer control to command interpreter. The command interpreter read the next command. If we create a new process, new job, it should be able to control its execution. This control requires the ability to determine and reset the attributes of a process or job. System call provide an interface between the process and the operating system. These are the programs which provide an interface between the process and the operating system. Memory management means what? A process that is executed has to be allocated in memory and to be loaded into the allocated memory, manage large program in a small memory, and maintain the boundaries between the processes. Device management related to the devices, that it keep track of all devices. It is performed by IO controller, allocating the devices to the process, decide which process get the device, when and for how much time, allocates and deallocates the device in a efficient way. File management related to the file operation, maintaining directory structure, allocating storage dynamically to the file, protecting file, keeps track of the information, location, uses, status, etc. Interface. There are two type of the user interface, that is CLU, that is command line user interface. The command that is passed through the command prompt, that is a command line interfaces. And the operating system like Windows, it provide the integrated development environment, that is we will call it as a graphical user interface, in which we have used the mouse to select the appropriate option to perform the action. So these are the two types of the interfaces provided by the operating system. Security. The operating system uses password protection to protect the user data and similar other technique. It also prevents unauthorized access to program and the user data. Other function of operating system: to interpret the command executed by user, to handle in disk input output or setting, control over system performance, job accounting, error detecting aids, coordination between other softwares and users, information and resource protection. So these are the function of operating system. Thank you.